Before we begin, this Money Heist poster and this website banner has something in common. Can you spot it? This Indian family is teaching us a very important UX law that most of us get it wrong. There is something hidden in this picture. I am not talking about the two horses. Of course, I am talking about a user experience law which is used by Uber, Amazon and almost everyone. Customers generally approach us or avoid us. Our designs have to make them approach us, not angrily press unsubscribe or skip the ad and instruct Google, never show this to me again. If you take one step to learn the UX principles, your customers will take 10 steps closer to your business. And without further ado, let's jump into Jacob's Law. This is Jacob Nielsen and his words of wisdom were,
do the same thing as most other websites do. Because remember, users spend most of their time on other websites than your website. On the other hand, if you violate Jacob's Law and you do things differently, just to kind of, let's try some new fancy thing. No, because then people are not going to know how to use it. They're going to be confused. And if people are confused on the web, what most often happens is they just leave. You know, the back button beckons. The back button is very attractive on the web.
Jacob's Law is violated here. Find out why. You see those double quotes in the middle? People are expecting a previous next arrow here. If there is a double quote, then it has to be this way and not this way. So a logo is expected on the top left corner or at least in the middle of the menu like this. And a video is supposed to have a play button like this. This website office.co.uk is selling shoes. There is something different about it. Can you spot it? Now let's check the other e-commerce stores like Ajio, Myntra and Amazon to find out what's different. The add to bag or add to cart button is highlighted everywhere, but office.co.uk is highlighting the select size button. This is against convention and it can confuse the users. Further, the price of the shoe, which is a very crucial information, is not highlighted. It is somewhat hidden. And check the reviews here. It is another crucial information to decide whether to buy a product or not. The review is de-emphasized by not adding any color to it. Just adding a bit of color is conventional and would help to increase the conversions. So this page is not following the conventions and Mr. Jacob would not be very happy about it. So the take home here is, please do things that your user expects you to do. If you can create something better and usable, do it. Otherwise, stick to what others are doing. You don't have to reinvent the wheel. If you are reinventing the wheel, do it like him and get 28 million views. Speaking about wheels, check out these wheels on Indian roads, presenting you the law of proximity. The law of proximity states that objects or shapes that are close to one another appear to form groups. If you look at this video, the man, the woman, the children and the dog in the bag are different from each other, yet they appear as a tightly knitted group. Elements which are closer together will be perceived as belonging together. How is this law helpful while designing for the web? We are constantly grouping or separating items while we are designing. However, this is where most of us get it wrong. This is Amazon in 2012. The product image and the description are far away from each other. They are not following the law of proximity. In 2015, the page looks much better. Better group, but the law of proximity is not at its best. The smaller images and their description are far from each other. In 2020, we find a better proximity. So proximity is very important to show why they are related or unrelated to each other. Law of proximity is omnipresent. You will see it everywhere, in good designs and bad designs all around you. So the take home here is proximity is super powerful. If we use it well, then our customers will spend more time on our designs, more time on our advertisement and will stay longer on our websites. Moving on to one rest off effect. It simply means stand out from the rest. This effect is used everywhere from movies, mobile apps, websites, advertisements and social media posts. This effect is primarily used in call to action buttons, pricing columns or anything that needs attention. Large, visually contrasting colors are used in call to action buttons. So what's wrong with this call to action buttons in this Kotak Bank banner? There is no contrast in the buttons. The call to action button can be bigger and with visual contrast. It's almost like Kotak didn't want you to click on the apply now and watch film buttons in their banner. Now let's apply one rest off effect and it looks a little better than before. Every website or mobile app has buttons and notifications, chat buttons that are calling our attention. They have to stand out from the rest to get the attention. The take home here is stand out and be seen at all costs. Unseen is not counted. Make the most important text, button, a character the magnet of attention by making it bolder, larger and colorful. Law of pregnance or law of closure. This is my favorite law. When a part of an image is missing, our brain automatically fills it for us. Your eyes are now seeing 3 Pac-Mans, but your brain is telling you it's a triangle. Let's try again. Your brain is saying it's a face, but your eyes are seeing the parts, the 2 horses. Basically, your brain is creating a familiar shape or object in the white space. In order to make sense of the complicated world around us, our brain is designed to simplify things for us. So we see as a whole and not in parts. That's law of pregnance or law of closure. The most common instance of law of closure is in showing the last element in part to let the users know that there are more choices or elements in that direction. The law of pregnance makes designs interesting and useful. It can help to show more with less elements. The big companies and smart startups are getting the user experience right. They have the budget, the designers and the appetite for a good user experience. So what about us, the small ones? It's not all doom and gloom for us. We have to increase our design common sense and understand our customers better. It's in our hands to send out a rich user experience in everything we send out to the world. It can be a small Facebook post, it can be a video we shoot for YouTube, it can be an Instagram post, or it can be our websites. Thank you for watching.